All things considered, I think that the New York Jets offensive playbook is one of the best playbooks in Madden 26. And in this video, we're going to be breaking it down for you. Now, as we go through this playbook, I'm also going to be showing you some of my favorite audibles to set, some of my favorite plays. We will be breaking down plays as well against specific coverages and defenses in this video. So make sure that you stay tuned to the end if you want to learn more about the New York Jets offensive playbook. Now, the New York Jets offensive playbook comes equipped with some of the best shotgun formations, but also has some decent under center formations as well. One of the things you want to look for in under center is you want to look for these wide zone runs and these duo runs. These duo runs are super helpful. If you can get a wide zone, a dive, and a duo, I think that is the kind of top tier or top level trio of the run plays in this game. Really, that passing play can kind of do whatever. I actually kind of like the halfback zone toss, so I might leave that in there. But I think in general, double outs makes a lot of sense. Now we're going to go over to the single back wing. Again, we're just primarily looking for any kind of red zone stuff. Don't see too much crazy stuff out of this formation, but they do have a deuce close. What's cool about the deuce close this year is they added in a lot of these like auto motion runs to tight ends, which I think is really good. Auto motion duo is really good. And then having the 0-1 trap, I think is a super helpful run play to have within the formation. And then you have some other stuff as well, like a counter run, or if you want to do pass the ball out of this formation. I really like the PA motion spider leak because you have kind of a speed motion out of that flat route that you can kind of build around. Now, what's really cool is they have tight Y off flex and bunch X nasty. These two under center formations are super helpful for running the ball in 11 personnel sets, which is the predominant personnel grouping that you're going to be passing the ball out of. So you could be in a bunch offense, but then you could audible down to this formation and have some really good run plays. Their tight Y off does have the wide zone, which to me is the most important run to have in the under center. And then they have the 0-1 trap. So you have an outside run and an inside run. You have under Z curl, one of the best plays in the game, in my opinion. It has a glitchy seam streak to the right. It has a short corner to the left. And then really this last audible slot is probably kind of up to you, whatever you want to do. I think it makes the most sense to just have another run play because, again, this is predominantly a running formation, and we'll put the halfback zone weak within that play. Now they also have the bunch X nasty, single back bunch X nasty. This play right here, motion X whip, is a play that you need to get in your playbook. This right here has a sharp corner, and you're going to see a theme developing within this offense, but it has a sharp corner to the left. Those are probably the best route in Madden 26, and any play that has that needs to be in your audibles like immediately upon seeing that. The run here, not as powerful as the tight wide flex, but they do have the wide zone run, which is just a great under center run. We'll kind of look around for some other plays within this, maybe some passing plays. You'll see here that we do have this PAX out cross. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one in the audibles because it has kind of some cool routes out there on the left side. And then really the next one is, like I said, kind of up to you. I kind of think it makes a little bit of sense to use the jet sweep or the counter run. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on this jet sweep just because it's kind of a unique way to attack the defense. So that is the bunch X nasty. I formations, they do have the I form wing with the halfback stretch, the halfback lead, which is a good run, but then they also have this halfback power G. These are three power runs down here, super good running plays. And then if you wanted to, you could have an auto motion power, an auto motion, this auto motion zone run is kind of like a duo run. So I think that does have some usage, but I just go with PA scissors. I think it's a versatile passing play. Y off close. What's nice about the Y off close is they have this PA counter play with a cheat motion wheel to the tight end. And then you can kind of build off that because they also have an auto motion that is actually a zone run. So you see here, we'll have that in the audibles. And then that is it. And then I like stretch and then just a basic ISO run within that formation. The next formation is in the Jets playbook is the strong close. Now, this is a really good strong close. They have some of my favorite plays, wide receiver out, the PA deep cross with the skinny post and the deep cross. They have mesh post, which is just a beautiful play every single year. They have a dive, they have a counter off tackle and an in around. So they actually have a fullback dive out of this. This is such a cool formation. So we're going to have that fullback dive be kind of our quick hitting run up the middle. And then I'm going to have the stretch be our kind of base run that we can run off tackle, or the off tackle run, wide receiver out. And then really that last pass, actually, I'm going to make sure that this is the stretch. The stretch is slightly better than the off tackle because of the way the fullback blocks. But this wide receiver out or angle out, either one, they're basically the exact same play. What I like about angle out, I'm actually going to put angle out in here just because it has the running back blocking stock, so you can get some better quick snap plays out of that. And then let's see here. The only other one that I think makes sense to put in here is if you want to run the ball more, you can put a run in here. But really, the play that I think makes the most sense is probably wide trail or PA scissors. PA scissors is nice because it still has that deep, skinny post, and it's off of a play action. Wide trail is nice because it has this crazy fade on the left side. FL drive has a post from left to right if you wanted to kind of build around the skinny post aspects. But I'm going to go with wide trail in that slot. And then we have pistol. So pistol wing close. This formation, okay, it does have a lot of good runs. So a stretch, halfback slam, and then you also want to have this halfback zone. And then I would just go with tight end attack just because you don't get these kind of tight end post routes a lot anymore. You could also justify Z spot because Z spot actually has a short post on the receiver himself. So really kind of up to you. But I do like tight end attack probably the most there. And then doubles Y off. This is 11 personnel pistol. Don't really do a whole lot with this formation. Kind of a glitchy one. But I'll set some audibles here. So we'll do this pin and pull sweep. We'll do the read option if I can find it. We'll do the RPO read flat wheel. And then really that last play is kind of whatever you want in this slot. I'd probably just suggest a basic passing play. Let me see if I can just find. I don't really love any of these. I'll probably just go PA deep end because we have cool, good streak routes. Now, when you get up into the shotgun stuff, they actually have a lot of good stuff in their shotgun. You're going to see here that they have the shotgun ace slot formation. This is a formation that you don't see a lot in Madden anymore. They actually took it out in a lot of different ways. So, and they actually have a really good one. So my favorite version of this is you've got to have X spot. X spot is such a good play. It has a short corner on the slot receiver. It has a short post on the tight end again, which you can't really get anymore. So this is one of the most powerful automatically before you even do anything. It's one of the most powerful plays in all of Madden 26 just because of the routes that they have on the field. Now the run play is honestly it's kind of a decision. There's a lot of different ways you could go. You could go base, you could go power. I think the bubble is the most versatile run. So that's what I'm going to do. And then what I would honestly probably suggest is at least having this quarterback power just in case they give you a look for it. I think that makes the most sense here. And then this PA read play, you could go with PA read. You could also go with post. The problem with post is the routes aren't as good as they used to be from that one. Smash is cool because you have a cool seam streak. But the thing with PA read is you have, just some of those routes that you kind of need to build around, I would say. So I would probably go PA read. The only other thing I can think of is maybe smash. You could justify post, but post just doesn't seem to me because it's just a quick snap play. I would rather just go PA read, have play action blocking. I could build around within that play. Now you also have split close in this formation or this playbook. So with split close, they actually have a pretty good one. I like the fullback inside, the halfback power O combination, or the triple option. So I personally think it makes more sense to put the triple option there than the power O because that gives you just more ways to attack the defense. As far as passing goes, you could do these auto motions. This auto motion halfback swing is actually really good. I really like mesh. I think that has to be in your playbook because, again, has that short corner on that right side. And then really from there, a little bit up to you in terms of what you want to do. I think in general, this is where you could put a gimmicky play, but I also like halfback wheel just because it's a very easy play and it's been a good play for a long time. So that's what I'm going to go with there. This motion split offset, this is where you kind of get a little gimmicky with the shotgun run scheme, which is actually great. Like it really adds a feature to the offense. So what are the runs that I like out of this? You got to have the fullback, or not the fullback, the halfback off tackle. I really like this motion triple option as well. And then what I would probably say is this motion RPO swing quarterback draw, kind of a cool play. And then other than that, really, honestly, I like this halfback cross buck. Like I would pretty much just like to run the ball out of this. You could justify like a motion Y cross or a motion spot, any of these plays. I probably am going to ultimately just land with this motion right Y cross. Wing slot. Again, there's just so many good plays. Like this formation, this really does have a great playbook. Quarterback power, RPO bubble, the halfback punch with it's like a 0-1 trap run, and then you could put whatever passing play that you want, or just put a basic inside zone. That is also something you could do. Wing slot weak with the RPO alert bubble is really good. But I wanted to get into kind of my main formation for this, which are these two right here, the doubles Y off nasty and the doubles flex Y off close. So what's nice about doubles Y off nasty is they have this play, if I could find it, they have an RPO read bubble. They also have this play. Well, I think I must have just passed it there. See if we can actually find the play. It totally just here it is. Motion smash. The reason this play is good is because you have two short corners. You got to have that in your playbook, in my opinion. And then let's see if they have anything else in here. Motion 4 gauge traffic is kind of a cool play, but I think cross trail makes a little bit more sense just because it has that fade on the left side, which is just great for clearing the zone. And then we'd probably go PAY cross. If you wanted another running play, you could have really all these runs are actually really good. So you could do that as well. Doubles Y flex off close. I think this is the best doubles flex Y off close in the game, and this is kind of be our main formation we're going to be covering. So what routes make this formation good? In my opinion, really the best play. You got to have PA snag, you got to have motion angle wheel, and then you got to have Y sail. Like those are kind of the non-negotiable plays that you have to have in these formations. But what makes it so good is you could come out in a lot of different things from this playbook. You could come out in this play, if I could find it, flood H post. This play is a great base play, has the running back blocking, so it's going to have base protection in it. Like, I think that is just a really good base play to kind of build around. You do have some auto motion stuff that is kind of cool within this formation. Motion, dig, under, motion. These three plays right here, beautiful plays, a lot you can do with them. As far as the run play from this, I think the best way to run the ball from this formation is actually, if we look at the audibles here, just a basic inside zone. You could run an RPO with a bubble. The thing about the RPO is you can hot route that post route, and it does give you a kind of a cool route. So I totally get it. Or the read option. So you kind of have some versatility with that, whatever run you want to choose. But that is that formation. And then trips tied in. This trips tied in offset is not it's not as good as trips tied in flex, but it is good because it has just powerful plays. It has the two main plays there. It does have the RPO alert bubble, which you kind of want to have that. And then really the only other thing that I would say is probably you want to have the speed option. This is a great little just simple red zone scheme that you can use to be able to score down in the red zone. So I like trip side and offset for that. They have this bunch X nasty, and this bunch X nasty is super good primarily because of this play right here, motion corner under. This is a very important play, and you want to have this in your audibles. So motion corner under. The next one is the motion cross post, motion RPO zone alert. These three plays are so important from a bunch X nasty this year. Now, if we go to the other, and then the last play that I would say is kind of like a automatic audibles, like it automatically gets into your audibles, in my opinion. It could go a couple different ways here, but I think the one that just makes the most sense is this play right here. Motion, where's it at? Motion HB choice. This play, motion HB choice, has a unique seam streak to the to the right that you can kind of build around within this offense. So that is a good bunch X nasty. In fact, you could even base out a bunch X nasty if you wanted to within this playbook. Now you even have bunch tight end for good measure, and this bunch tight end is not bad at all. You have an RPO alert bubble, which is just you got to have that play. Triple out. I like this play because it has a really unique corner route to the left side, and then really, again, you kind of make some decisions. I think Boomerang P will is a very good play because it has a short post on the left side. And then the only other thing I was going to show you, a couple different plays you could go with. Honestly, you could go with any of these plays, but I ultimately think it does make the most sense to go with the PA. Actually, you know what? Actually think it makes the most sense to go with the where's that play at the tight end corner play, just because it's got a lot of routes you can build around, which I think makes it really good. So it has that deep corner to the tight end. You kind of need that in that formation. The other formation that is really underrated in the Jets playbook is their tight open. I think their tight open is really good. As you see, they have a lot of short corners and short posts. Just play motion spot wide post. Absolute money play. You need this in your playbook. The other passing play that I think you need in your playbook if you're going to run this offense is you need, where was that play? I think I might have passed it. This play spot X option has a short corner on both sides and a fast table route. A lot you can do with that. And then really I don't even think you need to be running the ball out of tight open. It just has so many good passing plays. So you can, if you want to, just have a basic inside zone in case they give you a look for the run. And then verticals HB burst, to me, verticals HB burst or this tight seams. What's nice about the tight seams play is it has the fades on both sides of the formation, which I do think is really, really good because you can't hot route that. The other thing that I like is I also like this drive stutter because if you look at the left side here, the short corner on the left side is always from the slot receiver. So I would rather just be able to get this on the outside receiver by using this play right here. So again, this is just such a good playbook for short posts and short corners, which I think are the most important routes in the game. It still has the cheat motion stuff, which is also very important. But anyway, that is tight wide or tight open. That's pretty much it. I don't really use any of these other plays. They do have a quarterback zone from their shotgun. So you can kind of use that if you wanted to use that down there in the red zone to do some cool stuff with it. But really, that's kind of it for me in terms of this. This empty ace is actually kind of cool too. Has a QB zone, touch pass, all those things of power. It's kind of almost like a wildcat formation. Like I would have the fake jet pass power. I'd have the QB zone. I would have the actual jet QB counter like that. And then I would probably have whatever passing play I want. I think stick makes the most sense because it has a short post on the left, or on the right. Anyway, so that is kind of how I like to set this playbook up. Now I want to show you some of the best plays. So some of the best plays for this playbook, again, I talked about it. Flood H post. This play is a money play of money plays because you have a short post and you have a short corner. So what I like to do at this play is I like to stem this corner on the right all the way down. I like to streak my tight end, and then I like to drag this outside receiver like this. And what you're going to see here is a lot of times this short corner can still get you separation against man coverage. If you know that it's 2-man under, I think these short corners are a little better if you actually let them run their route against 2-man under. So if you know that it is 2-man under, you'll see here, got the backside drag there, able to hopefully make a catch. And then this post route is really the main read for 2-man under. You'll see he gets a kind of a sharp cut. All right, Josh Allen showing off his cannon here. Let me show you some other stuff we can do against man. So some other stuff we can do against man coverage is motion angle wheel. This is a great play for man. Just streak the running back, drag this receiver like this. You'll see that this slot receiver should do a pretty good job. There's my drag. Okay, we haven't even completed a pass yet because 2-man under practice mode is crazy. So let me actually just get you at least a completion. What am I doing here on the right? Okay. So what you can also do from like flood posts is a drag. Like this setup right here is really good for flood post against man because the tight end drag, as you see, he gets underneath the garbage and he's able to attack that right side. Another play, another way that I like to run this play is just using a table route to the running back for zone purposes. And you'll see that when you use that table route, you'll see here it kind of pops the man coverage. For some reason, our short post is not short posting. But anyways, another thing you can do against man coverage is you can run, let me see, where was that play at? Y sail. What's nice about Y sail is it has this tight end on this corner. So you're going to stem this corner all the way down, and then you're going to drag the slot receiver so it looks like this. And what you'll see is the stem down corner normally will get leverage to that outside because he's not able to be pressed. And so that's another route that you can use to consistently attack two-man under. If you motion the running back out, you're going to see here that it does take this slot corner and pull him inside. So what I like to do is a simple out route to the running back, a streak, and then I actually like to use the hot routed corner so it looks like this. Against two-man under, a lot of times that hot routed corner, you see how it gets more outside leverage, and you're able to attack, kind of man coverage that way. So there's plenty of ways to beat man coverage. Another one of the best ways, in my opinion, is this play PA snag. Now what we're going to do is we're going to streak, we're going to drag, and then we're going to flat the running back. So it looks kind of wonky, but this is really good against man because there's just so many crossing routes. So you're able to hit your drag, you're normally able to hit your slant, you're normally able to hit your post, and they all kind of hit at different depths. So that's another little thing about this formation that I think is really good. See here, there's the slant, and you see that slant pops man to the left side. So plenty of ways to beat man coverage within this. Another thing that you can do here out of PA snag, there's just so many route combos you can run out of PA snag. But one of the best ones is a tight end short corner like that, kind of really flood out that right side. And this is also good against zone. The reason I like to use a slot fade is because it'll get you a little bit better separation against zone, and then that tight end corner does a really good job of potentially beating man coverage. Again, sometimes it's a little weird. Sometimes man coverage in practice mode is a little crazy. But anyway, now the other thing about this is when you audible to bunch, what's really nice is you'll see here, when I audible to bunch, I'm pretty much set up exactly how I want to be set up in bunch. Now this play drive under is really good because of the short corner. And then what I like to do is just basically have, something like this on the other side of it. And if we can snap the ball, you will see here. Wow, two-man under is just crazy. It's crazy in practice. It's crazy in practice mode. Actually crazy. One of the other things you can do against two-man under is motion cross post. Send this guy down like that. And then I find that this crossing route to the R1, because of the auto motion, you see how it messes up the man coverage alignment. And then if they're in cover 0, this is a tutty over the top, or at least a big play. So anyways, let me show you one other thing with two-man under here with motion cross post. So what's also nice is when you go to bunch tight end, it puts you in a short side bunch tight end. So you just kind of want to know that. But the thing about it is this short post has a lot of usage. Let's see a little boomerang play action here. You see there's that short post, getting that tight window, but he is open against man to man. So I'm not going to spend too much more time in man because ultimately, like if you beat man a couple times, eventually they get out of it, right? So what I like to do is show this a little bit more against zone and how powerful this is. So this route to Shakir is like literally the best route in the game because they can't guard it in zone. Look at that. That was a cover 4 hard flat, not able to get out there. I'm just going to run through some coverages here. So that's cover 4 hard flat. This is cover 4 curl flat. This is actually slightly better than the Chargers corner strike play. And just in terms of where he's at on the field, he just gets a better position to be able to attack the coverage. He's a little bit more in tight, so he really gets that outside leverage. There, the cover 3, that was cover 3. Honestly, I don't know exactly why, but sometimes they do run this route just a little off. And when they do that, you'll see that the defender can get out there. But normally, we're able to clear that. Now, cover 3, I guess, consistently. Just shout out to curl flats this year. They did make curl flats a little bit better. But one of the things you can do against this is you can do this setup where you put your running back on a wheel. Watch this wheel route just kind of clear out that curl flat defender. And you see how I can kind of throw that in that little window. So I'm able to throw this against cover 4, cover 3 normally. The other thing that you can do is you could also just let him run his route normally. And if you wanted to, you could put your running back on. I don't know what I just did with the running back, but anyway, we can just put this running back here. And now what you'll see is against your basic curl flat, he gets over the top of it if you let him run his route normally. So anyway, that's that's how I like to run that play. And then the other thing is you have Y sail. So what's nice about Y sail is, let's say they do run that cover 3 coverage with a curl flat. The curl flat defender really gets messed up in Y sail because that corner is so deep. As you see, it just kills the coverage over there. So that's one of my favorite plays. One of the things people like to do against this type of formation is you're going to get a lot of cover 2. The way I like to attack cover 2 to the wide side of the field is with PA snag. And what I do is I streak. I'm going to put a corner route and I'm going to stem him down at least once, maybe twice. And then what I'm going to do on the left side here is I'm just going to run, kind of a basic little play like that. But what we're really looking for is the stem corner against cover 2 or the backside post on the right side. Show that one more time. Actually, let me show that from Y sail. It actually makes more sense to do this from Y sail now that I think about it. But what you'll see here, watch the fade kind of attack. See how the deep half gets pulled by the fade, and then that gives that corner enough room to be able to get over the top on that side. Another thing I like to do, as I said, a lot of people like to attack cover 2. It's going to be a really quick audible and a really quick setup, and I'm going to audible to motion cross post, streak, flat, and then stem the tight end down. And what this will do is if they are in a cover 2, you're going to see here that the cheat motion is going to be able to do a really good job of attacking any kind of cover 2 on that left-hand side. So that is a great feature. Now, formation we really haven't talked a lot about this year yet is the tight open. I love this formation because of this play right here. You can really do whatever you want on the left side. So if you wanted to, you could just do this on the left side. But what's really nice about it is this thing just pops zone coverage with these short corners. Like, these short corners just really do a good job of being able to manipulate zone. That was the other thing I was going to show you out of motion quarter under. You kind of get that same type of deal here on the left side. It's even better because, especially if they're running like a nickel defense and they don't have 2 slot corners, this makes like double. This really messes up double mug. If you think about the way double mug is ran, a lot of times they kind of let that solo guy, be one-on-one. And this against like a nickel set, you'll just see, there's just no chance of stopping this play consistently out of a nickel set. You don't have to put the running back on that route. But like this, and what you're going to see is, look, he just never plays it. Like, it's just never going to be there. And then the other thing about this that's kind of interesting this year is if it is a cloud flat, let's say, for example, that they do decide to cloud flat over here on the left side, you're going to notice that, generally speaking, you can still throw this right outside of a cloud flat. That was a cloud flat. He stuck inside. The route's just powerful. You need to have that route in your playbook, in my opinion. The other play that I like on the left side here, let's say I'm over in this area. What I would probably do, let me see if I can actually go grab a different play out of doubles. If I ever wanted to attack kind of the left side, what I would do is use this play motion HB out, just primarily because of the fade route on the right side. You do have a decent crosser from this formation out of the play motion HB fade. And you also have motion slot post, which is probably a little better. But anyway, motion slot post. So what you're going to do is you're just going to streak this slot receiver. You're going to drag your tight end. You're going to streak your running back. And then I like to post this outside guy, but I like to stem that post down once so it's a little quicker. And what you're going to see here is you kind of just create a nice high-low read on the left side that can attack zone coverage that way as well. The other thing about tight open that I think is just really cool is it has a short post. So this play motion slot post has a short corner and a short post. So what I like to do from this play is kind of build around that. So I'll put the running back on the backside on a streak. I'll put this outside guy on a flat like that. And then I'll typically run like a You can run this a lot of different ways. I think what makes the most sense is a zig and a streak of some type like this, or a streak and a zig of some type like that. Right. The reason why I like this is because you kind of space out really, really well here. And I'm really primarily looking for the post on that side. I got crazy sheds from the Detroit Lions there, but show it one more time here. So again, motion spot post. And then if you wanted to, you could also, like, let's say you wanted another variation of this play, definitely could run like a something like that, have a little better pass protection. But you'll see, look at that post kind of get into a soft spot that is very, very difficult to defend. So that's why I like that. There's a lot more that I can say about this playbook. This playbook is full. This playbook is fully equipped to do a lot of different things. You do have triple out. So let's say you're getting a lot of cover two. Triple out is really good. You're just going to stem this corner all the way down. You're going to streak this guy. And I just like it like that. But basically, you're going to see that stem down corner gets in a nice soft spot against cover two consistently within the formation. And then the other thing you have is from bunch tight end, you have tight end corner, which has this corner route on the tight end. Now, this one, what I would do is if you ever wanted to actually call bunch tight end or trips tight end and kind of run a little bit more of an offense, I would just come out with your tight end to the short side here, and then I would audible into those couple of plays. What's nice about this tight end corner is you can stem these routes. So like the tight end corner, I can stem, all the routes here on the left side, and then I could run two streaks. I can set that up pretty quickly. And if they're playing hard flats or cover three hard flat, cover four hard flat, that tight end corner gets in a really soft spot against either one of those zones. The other thing about it is, let's say I'm getting cover two. The other thing about this from bunch tight end is, let's say I'm getting a lot of cover two here. I can stem it down, not quite all the way, and you'll see here that I actually have a chance of this tight end kind of clearing that flat defender and beating the deep half to the outside there. So it's just a nice route. It really does attack well. We didn't get too much into this doubles Y off, but this is a good formation as well. Why? Because we have a short corner. This short corner is even tighter to the line of scrimmage. So let's say again we're over in this hash, or we're flipped, right? We just have the doubles to the field, or the tight end to the field here. See how he's a little shorter? So guess what? He's going to get a better chance of being able to break down the zone coverage, in my opinion. So I love these short corner routes this year. Another thing you could do, it's kind of a funny thing to me, but you can, within like a tight open set, you could take this corner route. I just think this play is really good. Like, even if it's this right here, I think that's a really good play. And you see that short corner just gets into a nice spot. So anyways, that is the tight open. Didn't get too much into the trips tight end, but I did want to show you what you can do with trips. Is down here in the red zone area, you can go to a trips run. You get the RPO bubble, which is really, really a good run. You always want to look at that bubble screen to see if you can hit it. If you can hit it, the blocking on the bubbles this year are really, really good. Then the other thing that you can do is you can try to go with a speed option where you're going to read that D end and, kind of make a read. Here I made the wrong read. But anyway, you have the speed option that you could run if you wanted to. The other thing that you could do down here is just kind of freestyle plays, good old-fashioned trips, great red zone formation every year, and basically just do something like this out of PA crossers. And you'll see here that in route is oftentimes the money route on the play. So that is the Jets offensive playbook breakdown. Hope you enjoyed it. I do think that this is a top 5 playbook in Madden 26 right now. If you want to learn any more of my full offensive or defensive ebooks, everything is going to be available in our school community. $10 gets you access to all my offensive and defensive ebooks for both Madden and for college football.